Hello friends, wish you all a happy Engineers Day. Today as a Engineers Day, I'm going to speak on the goals. So the problem with there would be many desires, many aspirations and ambitions. That aspiration ambition need to be converted into a reality. That is only possible when you do a proper goal setting. So did you ever feel like you have working hard but not getting anywhere? Maybe you see little improvement in your skills or achievements when you reflect on the last 5 or 10 years, or perhaps you struggle to see how you will fulfill your ambitions during the next few years. So there is a famous quote by Bill Copeland: "The trouble with not having goal is that you can spend your whole life running up and down the field and never score." Like it is in the football game, you will without goal you will be running all over the ground for the full period of the game, but you will never make a goal. So in order to make a goal, you need to have a objective set clearly, and then how do you achieve your goal and then your all effort should be directed towards achieving your goals. So how do you do that? So today we are going to discuss about that is called as goal setting. And many people spend their life in different drifting from one job to another, or rushing around trying to get more done while actually accomplishing very little. Setting smart goals means you can clarify your ideas, focus your efforts, use your time and resources productively, and increase your chances of achieving what you want in life. In this session, we will explore what is a smart goals are, and we will look at how you can use them to achieve your objectives. So what does SMART means? SMART is acronym that you can use to guide your goal settings to make sure your goals are clear and reachable. Each one should be S stands for specific. It should be simple, sensible, significant, and measurable. M stands for measurable, that is meaningful and motivating. A, achievable, agreed and attainable. Relevant, reasonable, realistic, and resourced, result based. Then T stands for time bound, time based and time limited. Time or cost limited, timely, time sensitive. Professor Rubin also notes that definition of SMART acronym may need updating to reflect the importance of efficacy and feedback. However, some authors have expanded it to include extra focus areas like smarter. For example, includes evaluated and reviewed. How to use a SMART goal? So we will continue how to use SMART goal. The first one is S. S stands for specific. Your goal should be clear and specific. Otherwise, you won't be able to focus your efforts or feel truly motivated to achieve it. When drafting your goal, try to answer the 5 W questions. What do I want to accomplish? Why is this goal important? Who is involved? Where it is located? Which resources or limits are involved? Example: imagine that you are currently a marketing executive and you would like to become a head of marketing. A specific goal could be: I want to gain the skills and experience necessary to become head of marketing within my organization, so that I can build my career and lead successful team. So that's how you will set this specific goal, which is answers: what do I want to accomplish? Why is this goal important? who is involved, where is located, which resources or limits are involved. Next we will discuss on the second step, measurable. So it is important to have a measurable goals so that you can track your progress and stay motivated. Assessing the progress helps you to stay focused, meet your deadlines and feel the excitement of getting closer to achieving your goals. A measurable goal should address the questions such as how much, how many, how will I know when it is accomplished. An example for measurable goal would be, you might measure your goal of acquiring the skills to become a head of marketing by determining that you will have completed the necessary training courses and gained the relevant experience within 5 years time. So the progress, when you define the goal, the progress should be measurable. When it is measurable, then only your progress can be tracked, and then corrective actions or any changes in the alignment of the actions that can be taken before the time lapses, because SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable and time bound. Okay, so your goal should have specific, and then it should also measurable and time bound, so that it can be measured and then made a required changes. Okay, so measurable means how far you made a progress, what is the timeline you wanted to acquire certain skills. Say, let us take an example, you want to do certification. Okay, so you defined what is a certification, but to get the certification you had to do the preparation. So that preparation you have to break down into smaller goals, smaller milestones, and then achieve that. Next, third step is achievable. So your goal setting should be achievable. It should not be too ambitious where it becomes impractical to achieve it. So your goal also need to be a realistic and attainable to be a successful. In other words, it should stretch your abilities but still remain possible. When you set an achievable goal, you may be able to identify previously overlooked opportunities or resources that can bring you closer to it. An achievable goal is usually answer the questions such as, how can I accomplish this goal? How realistic is the goal based on the other constraints such as financial factors. So for example, you might need to ask whether developing the skill required to become an head of marketing is realistic based on your existing experience and qualifications. For example, do you have the time to complete the required training effectively? Are the necessary resources available to you? Can you afford to do it? So some of the thing you need to verify is you have to be aware of setting the goals that someone else has power over. For example, get that promotion depends on who else applies and on the recruiter's decision, but the get the experience and training that I need to be considered for the promotion is entirely down to you. Means this example, you should set a goal where you have a controllable actions. Controllable actions means it is within your purview to achieve that goal. So whatever actions you take, they are within your control, but the result is depends on multiple other factors, but the action that you are identified to make your goal successful, that should be within your reach. So next step is the goal should be relevant. So this is the fourth step. This step is about ensuring that your goal matters to you and that is also aligns with the relevant goals. We all need support and assistance in achieving our goals, but it is important to retain control over them. So make sure that your plans drive everyone forward, but that you are still responsible for achieving your own goal. A relevant goal can answer yes to these questions. Does this seem worthwhile? Is this the right time? Does this match our other efforts and needs? Am I the right person to reach this goal? Is it applicable in the current scenario economic environment? Example, you might want to gain the skill to become head of marketing within your organization, but is it right time to undertake the required training or work towards the additional qualifications? Are you sure that you are the right person for the head of marketing role? Have you considered your partner's goals? For example, if you want to start a family, would compelling the training in your free time make this more difficult? So your goal also should be relevant to the scenarios, so that that gets the sufficient support, and then that becomes more realistic. Your goal is tested against the relevancy factor, so that way it becomes more realistic when you try to achieve it. The fifth element is your goal should be time bound. So every goal needs a target date, so that you have a deadline to focus on and something to work towards. This part of SMART goal criteria helps to prevent everyday tasks from taking priority over your long-term goals. A time-bound goal will usually answer these questions: when, what can I do 6 months from now, where can I do 6 weeks from now, what can I do today. That means gaining this, for example, gaining the skill to become head of marketing may require additional training or experience as mentioned earlier. How long will it take you to acquire these skills? Do you need further training so that you are eligible for certain exams or qualifications? It is important to give yourself a realistic time frame for accomplishing the smaller goals that are necessary to achieve your final objective. So your goals and then the development should be time bound. When it is time bound, it is measured, and then the progress, it becomes a realistic goal. That's how you set the realistic goals. So far we looked at what is a SMART goal, and then how do you set specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic and time bound goal. Let us look at what are the pros and cons of it. SMART is an effective tool that provides the clarity, focus, and motivation you need to achieve your goals. It can also improve your ability to reach them by encouraging you to define your objectives and set a completion date. SMART goals are also easy to use by anyone, anywhere, without need for specialist tools or training. Various interpretations of SMART have meant that it can lose its effectiveness or be misunderstood. Some people believe that SMART doesn't work well for long-term goals because it lacks a flexibility, while others suggest that it might stifle creativity. For more informative on potential weaknesses of SMART, we can look for further studies. SMART is a well-established tool that you can use to plan and achieve your goals. While there are number of interpretations of acronyms, meaning the most common one is that SMART goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. When you use a SMART, you can create clear, attainable, and meaningful goals, and develop the motivation, action plan, and support needed to achieve them. Hello friends, hope you found that this session useful. See you with the next session. If you are new to my channel, I invite you to subscribe, share, so that many people get benefited. Have a good day. Bye bye.